Okay, so our next couple of chapters, we are going to be looking at volume. And so volume is when we're looking at 3D, it's a 3D shape. And we often are looking at how much sort of space the 3D object takes up. That's what volume is. We often will see in volume questions, they'll also talk about capacity. And capacity is the amount of substance that an object can hold. So when they start talking about like mils, so maybe a can of Coke might hold 250 mils, that's a capacity. So we need to make sure we know a couple of the conversions. So if you have over here, when we have 1 meter cubed, that actually equals 1,000 litres. So if they ask you what's the capacity, you may have to convert your final answer to one of these like mils or litres. And so the most common ones are those first two. 1 centimetre cubed is 1 milliliter. All right, so with the volume, it's all pretty easy. You just got to make sure you're following your formula sheet. So for this first one, it says find the volume of the cylinder in cubic meters. So just be careful, you need to have your answer in meters. So check that the units are in meters, which they are, so that's okay. And we need to make sure we're highlighting how many decimal places. There's no half marks in general mathematics, so if you get it wrong in the decimal place, you will get no mark. So we've got to be super careful. So we've got volume of a cylinder here. So if you just go to your formula sheet, we would be using the cylinder. So I'm just grabbing it and popping it in here. Whoops, sorry. So we've got there the volume of a cylinder. The formula is written there, is volume equals the base, the area of the base, times the height. So if we look at that for the cylinder, we know that's actually a circle. And if you know area of a circle, formula is pi r squared. So the area of the base of a cylinder is pi r squared, and then times the height. So if we go and pop in the numbers that we're given there, we've got pi times, now the radius I can see is 5 meters, so that'd be 5 squared, times the height of it, which is 25. So this is what I'm going to call the height. All right, so we'll pop that quickly on our calculator. Okay, so we do that on the calculator and we get 1963.495. Now, because they said 2 decimal places, this 5 here will round that 9 up. So what I actually have, my final answer should be 196350. And I need to put units in it, and it's meters cubed. Okay, if I wanted to know like how many liters that is, I'm just going to say approximately 1963,000 liters. There you go. All right, so if you had to do a capacity, there would be that. Okay, so then with this next one, so what you're going to find with volume is often measured like you say the area of the face times the length of the object. Okay, so if you look in this example, the area of the face is actually the area of a trapezium. And then we're going to say times the length. So if I put the formula for area of a trapezium, it is a half a plus b times the height, and we're going to say the length of this object is actually 25. So up here, this is my trapezium, and I'm going to call this little a, this little b, and this little distance in here would be the height of the trapezium. So when I'm plugging those numbers in, it'll be 10 plus 15 and times 6 and then times it all by 25. Okay, so do that on our calculator. Now we're going to do to 2 decimal places again. So I get it to be actually a whole number, so 1875. Now they were all centimetres, so this answers a volume, so it'll be centimetres cubed. So volume equals that. If I was going to think about capacity, this capacity would be approximately 1875 millilitres.